Okay, he's in the new one.
I count 5. We're waiting on 1.
No, we're waiting on more. Revy's not in.
Oh, yeah, Rev. Of course.
Yeah.
That guy.
Oh, I mean, they can't even see. Okay. Now Lexi can join. Lexi, please join now. There we go. Okay. Finally.
Everybody joins except the one that's been joining every time.
Finally. Holy crap. All right. We are into game number 1 of Periodic Table Dancers versus AFRL, Air Force Rocket League. A very interesting name, to say the least. Yes, Icon, we're halfway through. Ritzy donated his winnings last season, and then Dash donated $10 to it. Currently, I just have it set up so that all donations go straight towards that. Because, yeah, why not? But, all right now, oh my gosh. Icon, thank you so much. Making the $20 and making it for the full $40 prize pool. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. That is very, very generous of you. Thank you, man. All right, now I got to cast the game without looming over my head. All right, Snapper now.
Me too. I can take care of it.
Well, Maple, if you wanted to come back, wow. Okay, never mind. After he said that, I'm not gonna talk. All right, but Snapper trying to get it past 1, trying to get it past Lexi, but Lexi with a good 50. Snapper's gonna turn for it, trying to stay with Shadow, pops it away to the side. Shadow's still with. Ooh, beats 1. Can she beat the other? She can't. Now it's up off the corner. It's going to be a hard read. Snapper, ooh, with a nice boom down to the other corner. Shadow's going to turn for it, going to wait for it. Snapper is there, but thank you, Icon. I appreciate it, man. I'm just a simple guy, and Ace Darkside. Oh, I think he might be lagging.
Oh, okay. That would make a lot more sense. It seemed like he just got out of position and maybe misclicked.
All right, well, I'm just going to ask because I want to know. If we need to take, a quick 5-minute break, we can do that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so the first goal gonna go over to Periodic Table Dancers after an interesting play, shall we say. All right, Snapper still staying with. That's a good control, but Shadow reads that one, pops the back mid. Now Lexi is being very defensive, and Ace gets a touch back, and it's very interesting watching this man play. All right, Snapper's gonna win the 50. It's gonna go away to the other side. Lexi now trying to get back on defense, and it's not gonna go in.
I gotta say, in my opinion, I think Snapper might be playing a bit too defensively. I'm not saying it's a bad idea in this case because Ace is doing his best to make the ball and push it down the field the way he needs to be doing it. But if Snapper could get a little more pressure on it, I feel like he might be helping his teammate out a little bit more.
All right, well, Ace will get that 50, and I think that's actually on target, but Shadow will be there to make the save. Bobs it away to the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. But right there is exactly a great point. Ace had a decent pass, pop flies straight up, and I think Snapper was just playing a bit too defensive.
Yeah, I think especially in all honesty, this is
with the low high gap, right?
Yeah, this is Bart speaking honestly. There's a low high gap. That is, yeah, that's the way it is. But I mean, honestly, if you are ever looking to win in a team game, especially like Rocket League, you have to trust your teammates. And if they mess up,
then they mess up. Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, essentially, you just got to look at it as it happens. You got to pick up, you got to move back on. So, I mean, there are going to be mistakes either side, no matter how high up you go. There are probably going to be mistakes. Icon, if you want to do that, feel free. I mean, we have Els actually playing. Currently, he's a sub in the Masters division, but yeah, I mean, mains, feel free to put your main in all the way.
Yeah,
but yeah, you have to trust your teammates. Because, if you don't, you're screwing yourself over much more than if you didn't trust them, in my opinion, at least.
Of course, yeah, and mistakes will be made. Like Lexi was bumping Shadow. It just happens. Especially with a lower rank. They're still learning and practicing and doing what they can to be the best that they can be. So yeah, little things like trusting your teammate and making sure that if he's upfield, don't be afraid to push up with him.
Yeah, well, a very interesting shot by Shadow. I'm not quite sure she was trying to do that. But Snapper, he got a save, but it still went in, unfortunately for him. But now it's going to be 2-0 Periodic Table Dancers getting that one. Where's the link? If you look right down, Icon, there's on my stream channel, stream dashboard. I forget what it's called.
beautiful tabs underneath the stream on
Yeah.
this main.
And one of them is going to be one of them is going to be a Derby League link. You can click on it, and then it'll take you straight to the Discord. Just do the rank check, and then Smokin, who is a beautiful, wonderful human being, who is essentially our staff member, is going to put you in as a sub. So, again, thank you so much, Smokin, if you're here. Love you, buddy, because you're awesome at this. All right, Snapper, he's going to let Shadow take that one. That's a boomer on target, and I think Ace was pushing up a little bit too far. It's going to cost him another goal.
So I think a big thing when you're making a league like this, and something you've probably seen and talked about, is going to be communication between high and low player, right? If that high player is helping his teammate out and kind of guiding him while he's on the field, yes, it makes it a little more difficult for that high player to focus, but it also gives you a better chance for that low player to get some stuff done.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I think one of the things I really was hoping was that like players like Ace and like Lexi, they could essentially just kind of take this time and learn and not be too concerned about winning and just kind of concerned with learning and having fun. So
yeah, and that's the most important thing. Like when you're building a team or when you're doing something like this, like if they're just having a good time, at the end of the day, who cares?
Yeah, so Snapper, though, is going to find the back of the net, popping it to himself, a good read off the wall, and Lexi just unable to read that one. So they are going to find one back, but 17 seconds left. It's looking a little bit difficult to come back from this one, not going to lie. So, but still a good attempt, and, we'll see what they have in game number 2.
Well, you never know. They got 5 seconds left to score.
Yep. All right. Well, unfortunately for you, it's going to go the way of Periodic Table Dancers. It's going to be 1-0 as we head into game number 2. Prods. Who am I scrimming? Am I scrimming? Oh my gosh, that ping is high.
That's a great question.
Would my indie math team be scrimming, or would my A team be scrimming? Because I don't know. I got 3 teams that you could possibly be talking about. There's Icon too. All right, let me try to fix this. All right, there we go. All right. Well, after seeing game number 1, you're trying to eat me and Botsy up. Yeah. I mean, I'm totally down. It just depends on the availability of, me and my other team. But yeah, I'm totally down. Would love to have some scrims going on because it's really fun. You don't think Mike can play more aggressive without being punished? I'm honestly not sure what I would do if I was in his position. I think he's in a rough spot, and the amount that you want someone to improve upon, especially if you're trying to take this competitively, is always going to be really, really tough to say the least. So
well, yeah, and I've played with bronze players before, and at the beginning you're like, why would I choose to play with this person? But the more you play with them, the more you like. It's literally like teaching somebody how to walk, or helping somebody with their homework or whatever. Like at the end of the day, yeah, at the beginning it's like a little tasking, but it's still super enjoyable, and you can play the game to the best of your ability regardless of your teammate.
Yeah. And I think also, like, especially at lower ranks, it's honestly mostly just a matter of investing time into it, because I think that a lot of people are able to get higher. I think they just need to, work on some basics and maybe do some training packs, watch like maybe the pros play. And I think it could help them a lot, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. And Rocket League is a difficult game, and it does take time and effort. Like, yes, there are people, and you guys probably know a lot of people that are high diamond, champ, GC, but at the end of the day, if you look at the actual numbers, that's a very, very small percentage compared to the amount of people that actually play the game. I mean, it's really difficult.
Oh yeah,
Great touch by Ace, by the way.
Yeah, Ace. Oh, he couldn't find it. He was so close, but needed to shoot it just a little bit to the left. So Mike is up though, and Mike will find it, making it 1-0 with a minute 6 seconds gone.
Yeah, I mean, he just saw the opportunity and just popped up for it real quick. Super clean shot, really nice play, and it puts him up 1-0, which gives them that little bit of an anxiety advantage over the other team. Like, hey, these guys came to play.
Yep, and I think that's a good save by Mike to deny Shadow that goal. I think it too. So, how do you see AFRL trying to get back into this game? Do you see them just trusting each other a bit more, consistency?
Yeah,
Like, what are you looking?
absolutely. And honestly, so something I tell the lower players when I play with them is to chase the ball. Like, I know it sounds dumb, but if you can chase the ball and hit the ball and just bully the other team, it gives them, like, right now, like, how are you supposed to read a hit like that? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? It's weird, but it's working. You know, if he could just go for the ball when he needs to go for the ball, and then Mike just plays off of those, like little things like that. You know, if Ace is a little more communicative, weird
Yeah,
word. Um, if he can communicate a little bit more and say, hey, I'm gonna try to pass this back, because I know in his head he's thinking about it, right? It's
yeah.
just a matter of if he lets his teammate know, and if his teammate can react in time. And we're just hoping that Mike can react faster than the other team at this point. Even if they're like random touches, I would rather my teammate hit random touches and throw the other team off
Hmm.
than them hit random touches and throw me off.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I do agree with Dash. Just like you got to be careful in bullying 2v2s because if you miss, like that's basically an open net. So, but
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. And you said it earlier. Chat said it earlier. And it's like playing ones with a friend.
yeah,
One simple mistake and it's an open net.
yeah, 100%. Definitely agree. But honestly, this second game is looking a lot more competitive than the first, doing pretty well. Ace and Snapper starting to get more of their stuff together. Uh, Ace bumping his teammate away. I think I think he's a little bit too focused on the. I think he's getting messed up on ball cam. If I can see, like just how he's driving and how he's approaching the ball, I do think that I think that Ace is his ball
Getting
cam is
caught up.
messing him off. Yeah, because
Yeah,
like at that first time when you were trying to get used to ball cam mode, like you feel like you would drive straight at the ball and then you would go to the side, and
yeah.
that's what I've seen him do a couple times. So I think honestly he just needs to get used to Rocket League a little bit. So just invest some of the time. And if I were Snapper, I would be telling him to go rush. But a good save by Mike is going to keep the lead on their part. And a good touch over Lexi is actually going to make it. Wait, what? Never mind. I lied. I turned my head away way too quick. Still 1-0.
But yeah, I mean, you make a great point, Rev. There is no skill transfer. There is no game that you've played before that's similar to Rocket League in any way. So
Hmm.
when you're coming into this fresh, it's all a matter of going into training and building your mechanics, playing like quick play matches, and just doing it over and over and over again until you feel like you're comfortable with it. Even if you make mistakes, even if you mess up, it's so much easier to get better if you put time into it.
Yeah. I mean, that's. Oh my gosh, what a good demo from Mike onto Shadow. But unfortunately, they can't capitalize on it. All right,
I
Ace,
think
what can he do? Sorry, what?
No, you're good. You're good. Um, I thought you were saying that Shadow got the demo. I was like, I think it was the other way around.
I know,
Actually,
yeah. I meant to say that Shadow at least got demoed, but Snapper
and a great shot.
gonna get it yet again. Gonna make it 2-0 with 26 seconds left on the clock. So a good comeback from them, tied up at 1-1 so far. But I mean, 26 seconds, I think can still happen. But AFRL definitely looking in a strong position with not too much time left.
Yeah, and I gotta say, little things like just learning points. Like nothing against the defender. Lexi was in that; she was ready for the shot. I feel like it might be easier to defend most times from one side or the other. Now, right there, I think that shouldn't have happened right there. Um, they broke rule one, so that right there was an easily deserved shot.
Well, if you if you get into a rule one with your teammate,
There's no
uh,
breaking it. No, you hold it out until they shoot. It just is what it is. They
and
broke it. They got scored on.
and 2v2s.
And 2v2s, any kind of match.
Ooh.
You hold it out. There's dignity in the game, all right?
Dignity in the game. I like that. Can I get that on a shirt, Zero?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, AFRL are going to get that second game, tying the series score at 1-1. Man.
And yeah, Zeus, he was chasing, and that's not a horrible thing, like we were saying. I wouldn't say Mike needs to sit back. I think being up maybe midfield is like perfect for Mike, because if he happens to get a pop on the ball, he can go for that nice shot. If he has to push back, he has the time to. But yeah, I don't know if sitting back is ever a good idea, because if they break into you in a 1v1 situation, you could get flicked, you could get faked. There's a whole lot of crap that could happen.
I mean, okay, I'll be honest. I see both sides of it. I understand. I feel like I understand both yours and what he's saying, but I think the thing is essentially it's how you want to play the game, how you feel like you can go ahead and win and score, and go forward from there. And I think that Mike, he's, I think, if I'm honestly speaking, I think he's a little frustrated with his teammate,
Yeah.
and I think that he's just trying to maybe 1v2 himself. And I understand it. I don't agree with it always, but I understand it. So,
Well, and you are right about that. Like at the end of the day, uh, like the way I play Rocket League is different than the way you play Rocket League, right?
oh,
I
100%.
I'm a ones player, and I've played a threes player. Like all he mained was threes, and I 1v1'd him, and he was just so quick and weird on the field that it was very difficult for me to think like he thought. So he easily beat me. We were the same MMR as far as the transfer between ones and threes. Technically speaking, I should have beat him in a 1v1, but he's just played super odd, and I couldn't figure it out. So like at the end of the day, if they feeling it out, and Mike's like, hey, I'm gonna just chill. Like it's gonna work. We're just gonna chill and win the game. If it's gonna work for him, absolutely. What a great
Well,
shot, from Shadow.
Shadow getting a nice dunk, making it 1-0 with 7 seconds in. I will say that I think in this case, I do agree with you in that I think it would be best if you just told Dark Ace to just ball chase.
Yeah,
Because I think the thing is that he's missing a lot, and I think that that's messing with Mike. I think that's making him frustrated. And if you literally just have him go after every ball, eventually he's going to be able to learn what he can and can't hit. Again, the more you play, the higher chance that you're not going to miss.
yeah.
So
Higher tension, I can bump your teammate too.
yeah, so
Um,
I do think that that's probably the best option so far, especially if he wants to learn and get better. Dash, I love where your heart is, and I do think that rotations is a big part of the game, but I
I
don't
wouldn't
think
worry
that
about
that's
that until
where
later in
Ace
life.
is at. Yeah, like I don't think that's where they're at right now. I think that they're at a more basic level than rotations. So Mike, unfortunately, not getting the best of touches and then bumping his teammate. So it happens. Going 2-0. Could you actually do me a huge favor and could you cast for a little bit, because I
Of
have
course.
people tagging me from RLPC in
Hey
regards to
man,
the stream tomorrow, so I need
I,
to deal with that.
I got it. No problem at all. It was a great 50-50 by Snap. It looks like Ace is going to try to go for it here. He did end up taking that boost, so Mike's going to be a little bit low. Mike's going to try to counter Shadow. These are the two higher players in the league. Well, in this game at least. It looks like Mike's going to take advantage of this up the wall, maybe get a good aerial on it, and maybe he can ground pinch it perfect, just like that. Now, things like that, a little bit harder for us to do when it comes down to it. Ground pitching, passing, stuff like that. When you have a lower teammate, it's definitely a weird situation for that. But definitely not something that you can't try and see how it works out. A great shot by Ace, but Shadow is just there for it. And yeah, little things like that. Just Ace going for shots. Maybe he hits them, maybe he doesn't. But it'll be really good for him as far as learning goes. And right here would have been a nice save, but it looks like Lexi just hit it a bit too hard, and the backboard took care of the save for him. Shadow's going to push it down the field. Look for the second touch on the ball. Ends up getting it off the post. Is his teammate there? Actually, I think they did say Shadow was a she, so I'll try to fix that on and off. But Ace is looking for a nice 50 down the field. Shadow with a beautiful boomer, trying to put it on net. Mike's going to get a clear, gets stuffed by Lexi. So Ace is going to try to take advantage of this right quick. Ends up getting a bit of a whiff. Not too worried, though. Still learning. And right there again, see, it's a little weird, but Ace is doing his best to go for the ball, and it may end up throwing off the offense. You know what I mean? So at this point, they have no idea if Ace is going to hit it, but you can't risk him not hitting it. So they have to be there for the shot. They have to be there for the 50. And it gives Snapper a bit of a chance to kind of relax and figure out the best play. like that, pushing it down the field, getting that nice second touch off the ceiling, and a good pass center to himself. Ooh, Ace is just a little bit out of position, couldn't get that shot on the net, but Snapper's gonna grab the boost, try to take this back up the field. It looks like Shadow is there for the shot. Can Snapper get back in time? Doesn't look like it. Great shot off the sidewall by Shadow. He read that ball really well. He just drove straight under Ace, popped it off the side, and it happened to go in. It was a really great play.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I accidentally did. There we go. All right. Now the scoreline's back on track because I accidentally copy pasted, and that's the hotkey for making it so that all 3 games are going the way of orange. But you know, it's yeah, Revy, I just changed it, so it should be good now. But you know, all 3 goals so far going to the periodic table dancers, and they have a strong hold on to this game number 3.
Well, welcome back, Bart.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, and thank you for holding on for me because you know, it happens.
We do what we gotta do. Yeah, not worried about it.
Yep.
But a great little pass center by Shadow. Oh, you.
It was so close by Lexi to get that. Now Mike trying to get it past Lexi, but he doesn't have any boost to do so. Now Shadow taking it down that left-hand side. She's looking for a shot. Beautifully taken. Nothing they could do. 4-0. Such a good clean shot off the half volley. And I mean, there was honestly nothing anyone could have done about that one. So very, very well taken by Shadow. Definitely going to be proud of that one. And only a minute 16 left. Drag you in. Wait, what do you mean, Revy?
I didn't even see him in the game. I mean, in the server. So I don't know what he's talking about.
Is he talking about Discord?
Maybe.
Oh,
Who knows? But yeah, I mean, you guys are absolutely right. It's me, Mina. The car.
That's
the car
Fish, by the
on
way.
car.
We
That's
just
who?
call her Fish. Fish.
Fish.
From RLPC.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
Stenamino, sorry, from RLPC.
I feel like the lower level players just have so much more fun with their cars than we do. Like, I personally, I feel like flags get in the way. Sometimes I feel like toppers get in the way of just vision on the field. But you know, I wish I didn't feel that way because there's so many customization options that I just don't even use, and it's so fun to see cars like that.
Yeah, well, Mike was going for the pass. He had a good goal earlier. It was a good rotation and a good flick right over the defender. He almost got that one. He was looking for the pass. Not quite working out for him, though. He did beat Lexi. He's looking for that double. Oh, my gosh. This poor man. So close to getting it. Now Lexi trying to get her goal, but Mike is going to deny her that one. It's going to go into the corner. He grabbed the boost. Now Shadow. Oh, that's a good pop, but Lexi is there. It's not going to be too much. Oh, okay. Just some bumps coming out. It's, you know, it happens. It happens.
It's calculated sometimes too. Hey, just beat them up.
Hey, you know, if the other team doesn't know what you're doing, if you don't know what you're doing, how is the other team
how are
supposed to
they
know what you're
supposed
doing?
to?
Yeah, there you go. But Lexi is going to find her goal of the match, making it 5-1, just popping it after a double commit. So Lexi saying thank you very much. I will add that to my tally and look forward to maybe get more in the later games to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, it was just a really nice shot. Like, Lexi didn't panic when it came her way. She knew what she had to do. As soon as it popped in front of her, she just popped it in.
Yeah, all right. Well, that is going to be it for game number 3. Periodic Table Dancer is going to get it now 2-1 in their favor. They just need one more in order to take this all the way home.
Fish, what rank am I in CSGO? I haven't played CSGO in ages. I'm probably like silver something. I don't know. Whatever the lowest rank is that you can be, drop it like 3, and then that's me.
Revy, you know, I'm sorry I didn't see it. Sorry I didn't drag you in, but I'll be honest. I am trying to use Derby League as essentially as professionally as I can because I am trying to make casting something that I do not just for fun, but I'm maybe trying to hop into CRL or something, make it a little bit cooler. So I'm going to try to keep these as professional as I can. I'm going to put the VODs on YouTube as well when Twitch allows me to, which is 24 hours after the game. But yeah, so we're probably not going to have too many like guest casters. It's going to be people that I know, people that I've vetted. And, you know, maybe if we see someone who's, you know, like maybe they're a top 100 player and they want to come and do it, like we'll definitely have them in here. But Mina, you're AAA or AA?
AA, yeah.
You're AA? Okay.
I'm a couple games into GC, not too high.
All
So,
right.
but they go off of your threes and twos, which
Yeah.
is pitiful. I wish they would go off of ones.
All right. Well, this is possibly the last match. Periodic Table Dancers again just need one in order to take this the entire way home, to take it all for themselves. AFRL, they have a gigantic task ahead of them to get two wins in a row. And by the way, guys, if you could just put a Z in chat to thank Zero for his help for casting. He's a great dude. Honestly, I'm having so much fun casting with you. It's definitely a different flavor than what I'm used to, but I'm having so much fun with it, dude. You definitely involve the community, and I love it. So thank you.
Yeah, I do my best to keep an eye on chat because they always have great opinions. A lot of them they're higher ranks than I am, or they're just better at the game than me, which happens all the time. So their input is super valid in my opinion, because it's just a different perspective on the game.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh, Shadow!
what a save though! That was almost beautiful play. If he could have got that backflip off just a bit sooner, his teammate was pushing that there for it. He was trying to help him out.
Oh, it would have been so nice if he got it, but it was a big rip. So 1-0 already for the Periodic Table Dancers, and geez, dude, Shadow and Lexi, well, mostly Shadow, she comes up with such interesting names. Last time it was Bond, Hydrogen Bond, and now it's the Periodic Table Dancers. So it's pretty amusing. Revy, you were definitely better than I am at this game. You could wipe the floor with me, I'm sure, in AA, AAA, whatever you want.
Rev was talking about me. Rev is better than me at the game. We tried playing threes one morning, and I mean we didn't lose, but it's definitely not a good morning for me.
Like you and I did?
No. That was way
worse.
bad. That was way worse. No, at least me and Rev didn't lose. Hey,
Ow.
Maple, I did see earlier that you were trying to build up your MMR to be better in for the Maverick League. I got a couple of guys that would be down to play with you, man, and kind of give you some pointers. And my Maverick team is super solid. I mean, all the guys are great, so I can throw you in that Discord server, get you connected with some people if you'd like.
Yeah, I would definitely say, Maple, if you wanna try to get into Mav, try to go for RLPC General, and then try to tag some Mav players, because I think it could be really helpful. But Ace is gonna find his first goal, I believe, of the JB League. I don't know if he got one last season or last game, but he got his first here, dunking Lexi, getting it into the back of the net to tie it up a 1-1.
Beautiful cheeky 50-50, just came straight out of that side wall there. Perfect shot. I mean, it was wonderful. Great to see the lower end players getting some action.
And hey, he never would have done that if he didn't do what you were saying, just ball chase.
Just go for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, dude, Revy, I am down. I will just let you know that I am 100%. I am 100% a threes player, but I'm also a third man, so it's going to be interesting, shall we say. Yeah, Zeus, it's actually very interesting how much lower tier players take into account, because I think that they have more time to think about these things. I think especially higher up, you essentially just keep going, just keep playing, and sometimes things like the backboard just kind of goes past you a little bit.
Yeah.
So all right, Ace now, he can't read that one, but there's a good effort. That's a shot on target, but Mike is going to be able to pop that one into the corner. Shadow's just going to head on back. Snapper now popping it mid. He doesn't have any boost. Shadow's turning though. Gets a touch over Ace, but who's going to be there first? Shadow with a beautiful shot, making it 2-1. Very well done by Shadow, just to pop it over her. And then, yeah, just a good boomer of a shot to the top corner of the net.
I gotta say though, Ace had the right idea with that backflip. If he could have backed up a little bit more first and then backflipped, he might have even had that save.
Yeah, but unfortunately for him, he didn't. But it happens. All right, Ace now. He's trying to. Oh, he gets the save. Well done.
Pre-jumped and everything.
Very well done by him. Now Shadow, she doesn't have a ton of boost, but you don't always need a ton of boost. Now, okay, I think Ace was going for the bump. Mike gets a touch pass. Shadow, Lexi trying to go for the boomer shot. Not going to find it though. Ace decides to go for boost over ball. Lexi deciding to pop that one over her teammate. Ace now. What's he going to do? I think he's looking for a pass, trying to get it over Lexi.
It looks like he's a little scared of the wall. Driving up that side wall, it's a little more difficult to read. I understand that, but you got to learn, especially if you want to grow. Those walls are fantastic.
Yeah, and Mike with some nice control to put it right into the back of the net. But going right back there just to what Ace was Ace is doing. I do want to see him like drive up the wall because I mean like especially like the higher you go, the more you need to be able to make that transition from the floor to the wall and essentially calculate your rate of speed.
Another great shot.
All right, Mike.
Fantastic.
I see you. I see you. A nice hit. And then he follows it after getting the full boost. Some nice car control, just getting it. And no one could stop that one.
Yeah, what a great play. But yeah, I mean, like Rev says in chat, you know, 50% of the gameplay he does is off the walls. It really helps you out because you can use less boost to go up for higher balls by driving up the wall and jumping off. Little things like that. Snapper with an open net, though, if he can take advantage of it.
Ooh, a nice save, though, by Shadow. Gonna deny him that one. All right, but okay.
Oh, there
so,
he is.
You know how you were saying, you know, oh, okay, Mike. Okay,
No,
Mike.
Ace up the wall with the perfect pass center.
Oh, true. That was beautiful.
What a great team play.
Very, very well done. But I will say another thing about the wall, because I mean, not only can you like go higher and get more boost, but you also have more avenues of gameplay to work with. Because you know, if you treat the wall as essentially an enemy that you like never use and you never like optimize, you're denying yourself so much more space and so much opportunities to do something, you know, with the ball, with
Yeah, and so many more angles. But another great shot by Mike from cross field. Just pops it straight down, gets it nice, easy, on target, and it works out. Lex just didn't have time to react.
All right. Well, could this be it from AFRL? Could this signal their turnaround and go
That
from
comeback.
yeah? Could they make it 3-2? They would need to win 2 in a row, but looks like one of them's already in the bag. And they just need to win the next one. Snapper though going for the control, trying to get it past Shadow, but Shadow will 50 him. It's gonna go mid. Ooh, Lexi
And
does
Ace
get a
with
touch.
great bump on that defender. I don't know if you saw that, but cleared the net for Lexi and Shadow.
All right, well, okay. And again, ball cam. You know, getting used to ball cam. I think Lexi is a little bit unused to it as well because, you know, right there. But Shadow with a beautiful shot, gonna get denied by the woodwork. Now Mike and Ace, some miscommunication, but Lexi missed it, so it's okay for them so far. Shadow going for control, trying to win the 50. She does win it. Oh, but Lexi bumps her out of the way. Shadow now trying to pop that one back. All right, Ace, he gets a touch. It's not going to be the best of touches, loses his car control. All right, Lexi, what can
I think she might just be moving a little bit too fast. She's rushing at the ball really, really quickly, and then she realizes, like you said, with that ball cam, it may just be a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. You know, as much as you do want to hit the ball, you know, try and get it downfield, try to get it towards net. Especially with a lower rank, it's okay to take it a little slow, even if you're losing games because of it, and try to just make sure you hit the ball every time, no matter where it goes.
All right, well, a much stronger performance coming out from AFRL right there. Mike and Ace linking up, getting some good plays. I mean, Ace getting his first goal, very well done by him. Mike doing fantastically well, but I mean, the question is, can they keep it up? Can they go into game number 2 for this one? But I do actually have to ask you another favor because Taylor is talking to me, and I have to try something because there was an issue with the stream schedule. So if you could talk about the game coming up and, you know, who you're looking for and what you think needs to happen, be great.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You know, we always try to look at it from an unbiased stand. So we'll just take each team and kind of break it down for a second. Bart, if you want to ready up, we can go ahead and hop into the next game. And then you can go into spectator mode and we'll rock it from there. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, going into this, you know, Lexi and Shadow have been playing really solid together. You know, I feel like they definitely mesh a little bit better than Mike and Ace do, and that's nothing except a little bit more playtime. Probably they get a chance to play together a little bit more often, maybe, or maybe they just do click better. Sometimes that happens. I think that they just need to hold down that defensive a little bit stronger together, because I feel like they're pushing up together, and that can be a problem. Like we were saying earlier with Ace and Mike, you know, if you're pushing up, you can get caught on the way back, and I think that was happening quite often. Like right now, Shadow is definitely playing a little bit more defensively. I don't know if she was actually paying attention. It looked like she might have just been sitting there for a second. She got a bad rotation on the ball and just couldn't cut back into it. But yeah, I think that if they could just focus a little more on that defense for this game in particular, because if if they win, right, this is it. Whoever wins. Is that right, Bard?
Yes, sir. Whoever wins this one, I just accidentally again copy pasta messed me up. So I just fixed it right now, so everything should be good. Yeah, copy pasta. Yeah, maybe I should change my hotkey. But you know, Mike is gonna find the back of the net, making it 2-0, and it's looking a lot more promising for them so far.
But yeah, this is it, right? This is game for everything. Like whoever wins this wins.
Yes, sir. It is the best of 5, and this is game number 5. So whoever wins this one, they take all the beans. They get all of the glory. They get all of the stats. They get everything.
Yeah. So when it comes down to it, you know, we were talking about them playing a little bit better defensively. I honestly don't think that the Air Force Rocket League should play any different than they did last game. And even the game before that, they played really well. If they could just keep up that pressure and that pace, it's a game of mentality as much as it is mechanics. Like if you can kind of scare tactic them into showing them, you know, hey, we played really well last game and we're gonna do it again this game. It does get in your head. There's no way it doesn't. That they played that well and this is game 5. Like that's got to be mad pressure. And they scored 2 goals within the first minute, which is exactly what they needed to do to keep that pressure up. So going into this 2-1, you know, kickoffs are essential. Lexi getting a good open net right here against Mike. Ooh, great defensive play by Mike, pushing it down the field. And Bart, I'll go ahead and let you take it away.
No, dude, I was thoroughly enjoying that. I was gonna force you to talk a little bit more. I was gonna say, well, on the flip side, what do you think that periodic table dancers really need to do? Because I mean, they've been kind of on the back foot, especially the past, I would say, about 10 minutes. They kind of squeaked away in game number 3 with the win. But you know, like, how do they come back? Because I mean, they just lost by a bunch, and now they're okay. Never mind.
Okay.
They're tied up.
That had to be on par communication right there. Look at what Lexi does. She goes for the ball and then immediately turns away. Shadow had to have called her off, and I think that was a perfect call because it was a great shot.
Yeah, very well done. Especially like great game sense, honestly. Like good comms and good game sense. Because you know, if you're a player and you're in a bad position, you can't really do much with the ball. You need to be able to communicate that and to realize essentially, hey, I could just leave this one and just let my teammate go ahead and take this one, and that is a sign of a good player. And honestly, okay, I'm not trying to stroke, you know, my own ego. I'm just saying, like, I do it all the time in A. Like, you know, if there's a much better play to be had, ignore yourself and play for the team players. But Shadow right there, gonna find the lead for periodic table dancers, making it 3-2, barely beating out the defender.
And you know, Fish, you got it absolutely right. The chemistry between Lexi and Shadow, in my opinion, is definitely better than Ace and Mike's chemistry. Like that is a super great advantage that they have. And as far as signing Ace to your AAA team, I would sign anybody to any team as long as they're having a good time. Like my entire Mav team is nothing but goofballs.
Yo, can you sign me to your Mav team then, bro?
Not signing my Mav team. Maybe the A team will work on it. But that would mean you'd have to drop out of your own A team, you know.
Well, the problem is that I have no choice on that.
Man, I'll tell you what. I wonder if
what a
Ace
fake! What a beautiful fake from Snapper onto Shadow. Can he actually tie it up here? Beautifully done. Clip that, Revy. Solo play. I'm done.
What a fantastic fake and a great flick to follow it up. Puts it in perfect position, not too fast. He can get to the ball and pop it right in.
Man, what a good solo play from Mike right there to tie it up.
Everybody flaming Hades is the way to go, though. Like, I gotta say, the kid deserves it. He's a great player, so he deserves to be bashed a little bit.
Revy, I would appreciate it. I can't call you that on
What
stream,
a
but
shot!
Shadow gonna find it back again. We can't really talk, man, because they just keep on scoring.
They're doing fantastic bits right here, but a good little pop straight to the left, and it goes directly in. Ace almost had a great save on that. I think he might have actually touched it, and it just rubber banded a little bit.
Yeah, I think he went a little bit too far forward, and that's going to be a big ripperino, to say the least. Ace, all right, some miscommunication. It happens. It's going to go into the corner, though. A pops mid. Now Lexi, but Mike is going to be able to clear that one away from them.
Now, I got to give compliments to Lexi right there. Something that I find very hard to do, even now, is getting a proper landing, and she turned her car perfectly and landed on that wall to push back out.
Yeah. So Snapper now, he's trying to get control. He has 2 minutes. I mean, they have 2 minutes, really, to come up with it. Revy, if you could go ahead and post those and the clips for Derby League, I'd mucho appreciate it. Fish, also know that I'm fully aware that your game is soon, but you know we got to finish this one out. There's only 2 minutes left, and Shadow is going to make it 5-3.
Yeah, and as far as Maple goes, look, 930 MMR is not that far from the bottom cap for Maverick team. I think it's 1020. So one good grind session and you're in.
All G Barty Poo. Man, I don't think I've ever heard Barty Poo before. All right, Snapper, he's trying to win it. I think the pressure is getting him just a little bit. It's 140. That's how many seconds are left. Ace is going to get beat by Lexi. That's a good pass. But Shadow is going to lose the 50. It's going to go down. Ace, can he read it? It's Ace versus Lexi. And Ace is going to be Lexi to that one. Gets it away to the side, but Shadow is there. Shadow trying to maybe get it past Ace. Ace is putting on the pressure, though. Beautifully done by him.
What a block play by Ace, I'm telling you. That was fantastic because, you know, Shadow is definitely like the more defensive player in that team. Lexi almost gets a killer save. Mike just pops it in perfect.
Yep. I mean, honestly, Ace was the MVP right there for that play. Just because, I mean, honestly, he was pushing him off, and that was there. It's very, very, very good. And that enabled Mike to just shoot it in. Lexi, unfortunately for her, could not quite get the save. But Shadow is going to beat one, and she's going to make it 6-4, getting that 2-goal lead yet again.
Yeah, really fantastic catch and play by Shadow here. And, yeah, I mean, Maple, if you want, man, I got a dude, and we can grind tonight, my guy. We'll get you up to where you need to be, and, I mean, you might even be able to get signed this season. I don't know exactly. I think, actually, as a draftee, you might have to wait.
Thank you, Revy. I appreciate it. So if I recall, actually, for RLPC, if you joined, like, after draftee circuit, you essentially become a free agent until, yeah, you become a free agent until the, like, end of the transfer window, and then you can only play next, like, in the next season. So.
And Maple, from what I've heard, and as an independent GM, you know, I kind of hear a lot. There are a lot of teams that are looking for a great sub because
I may or may not be one of those.
Because, well, yeah, there just weren't a ton of Mav players to choose from.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, people who are in that level and fit into your team. Mike with a great shot on net, bringing it back up to that 1-goal difference, hopefully giving him that chance to come back and tie it up and maybe even push it into overtime.
But I have a question. Did you see that stall by him? He was fighting Shadow side by side, and then he just paused, let him go, or let her go ahead, and then just went ahead and took the ball. So it was good game sense by him, good control, just getting it in. So, all right, 30 seconds left. This is for all the beans. Very well done. Oh.
Ace for the win.
Can he do it? He gets the shot, but Shadow's going to deny him. Mike, now he puts it to the other side, but it's a little bit too far. Oh, Ace gets a good bump. Now it's Mike. Mike, gets a slight touch. He gets one over Lexi, but Shadow comes away with it.
I think that might be the end of it right there. Shadow with control over the ball, going for a ceiling shot. Mike gets a great clear downfield. Lexi probably should have let that one be, but we'll see if it works out. And it does.
AFRL gonna go down to the periodic table dancers. Maple, his name is Zero. You can go ahead and tag him in RLPC if you want to find him. Whoever isn't Bard talking. It's a great line.
You can DM me if you're in Bard's server. I'm in chat right now. You can just click on my name, DM me, and I'll toss you an invite to a server we can play sometime, man. My dude Doc's gonna be on later. I'm gonna hop on an alt account with him and practice a little bit, get him to where he needs to be. So you can play with us and we'll be fine.
All right. Well, that's gonna be